Uh, and I want to associate myself entirely with the comments from both of my colleagues from New York. It seems to me there's a concerted campaign to prematurely abolish the Financial Oversight Management Board in order to set the stage for a backroom deal that sells out the people of Puerto Rico to the interest of the most predatory bondholders. The board may, and I'm a critic of the board, but the board may be the one institution that's protecting the people of Puerto Rico from a highway robbery of the island's electric grid. And so I have two messages for my congressional colleagues. First, Congress should not prematurely abolish the board until a fair debt restructuring is complete. And second, Congress should not pressure the board to finalize a debt restructuring that jeopardizes grid reliability and energy affordability. The protection of ratepayers and the grid itself must be the non-negotiable principle that governs any debt restructuring. Both the board and Congress have an obligation to prioritize the existential energy needs of Puerto Rico above the narrow interest of a few bondholders. Every dollar spent on lining the pockets of predatory bondholders is a dollar not spent on maintaining and modernizing Puerto Rico's electric grid. And so, Mr. Mujica, my question is, which bondholder has emerged as the single greatest stumbling block to a restructuring that is fair to the people of Puerto Rico?
There is a group of non-consenting bondholders.
Who's the worst among them?
The lead of the group, Golden Tree, I believe, is what is leading.
How much is Golden Tree demanding?
Excuse me?
How much is Golden Tree demanding?
How much are they demand?
Yeah.
The non-consenting bondholders as a group are demanding 8.5 billion pre and post petition interest, so 12 billion.
And is it fair to say that the bondholders led by Golden Tree is demanding a recovery that is 5 times larger than the recovery accepted by the consenting bondholders, including BlackRock? Is that accurate?
That's correct.
Now, Puerto Rico's grid is failing catastrophically. It needs every dollar it can possibly get. There are no net revenues. The notion of robbing a failing grid of desperately needed dollars in order to placate essentially one implacable bondholder would represent the most profound betrayal of the people of Puerto Rico that one could imagine. And if Puerto Rico were a state, it would be the lowest income state in the country. And so the tragic story of Puerto Rico is one in which the lowest income ratepayers are paying among the highest electricity bills for the worst performing electric grid in the continent, resulting in a perfect storm of energy poverty. The ratepayers of Puerto Rico pay 26 cents per kilowatt hour compared to a national average of 17, which is to say Puerto Rico pays 53% more than the rest of the country for an electric grid that is failing them catastrophically. And so a $12 billion recovery would be golden for Golden Tree, but it would not be so golden for the people of Puerto Rico. And if the board or the government of Puerto Rico were to give in to the extortionate demands of Golden Tree, how much more would the people of Puerto Rico pay in electricity rates?
They would pay an additional 8 cents to fund the $12 billion.
And that would include, and in addition, there would be 2.5 cents to cover underfunded pension.
That's correct.
So it's a total increase of 10.5 cents, 36 cents per kilowatt hour. At 26 cents, Puerto Rico has the 5th highest electricity rates in the country compared to states. But at 36 cents, it would have the highest electricity rates in the country, second only to Hawaii. Is that accurate?
Yes.
For me, this hearing is as important as any hearing we could hold in the United States Congress. Like, the stakes for Puerto Rico are existential. What is at stake is nothing less than the survival of the island itself. There may be nothing more foundational to an economy or a society than affordable and reliable electricity. And Puerto Rico, for all its resilience, cannot long survive the absence of reliably functioning electric grid. And so any deal that existentially threatens the reliability and affordability of Puerto Rico's electricity should be seen as a non-starter that is rejected emphatically. That should be the universal position of every member of Congress. And I'll leave you with the last word.
Thank you, Congressman. And I just want to point out, the board is not in a position, we don't pick winners and losers. We are blind to who is holding the debt. We are looking at what is in the best interest of the people of Puerto Rico. Is it viable for PREPA? And that is where we determined the $2.6 billion. And as you pointed out, there are major creditors and bondholders who have accepted that deal, recognizing the what
If
the
BlackRock
different.
can accept it, so can Golden Tree.
So, thank you.